Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Elite Mode. Case 17, Under the Skin. Let's unlock Chapter 3, and Su Xiong disappeared. Commissioner Katarina, Frank, get your codes. We're leaving immediately. Su Xiong has vanished. You mean the leader of the Chinese community is missing right after the leader of the Russian community was murdered? That's not good. Not good is the understatement of the century, Frank. Katarina, we're going to Sue's headquarters. Yeah, gotta find out where she left. Alright, let's investigate the temple. You keep saying you had nothing to do with the murder, but you running away can... makes this suspicious. Oh, I need a family photo. I was just thinking, like... that guy looks like... Jack. There's no trace of Su Xiong. Katarina, did you manage to find anything? I found some clues. Knowing Katarina, it will be a piece of torn paper and a trash can or two. That's more than you'll be able to find, Frank. That origami has a message written on it. You're right, Katarina. Let's unfold it. That message is just rubbish. It's just random letters. I'm confident that you'll decipher it, Commissioner Katarina. And what about that picture now? The man? It's Camaro. Ah, Camaro, for whom I thought looks like Jack. Except way younger. He looks to be in his 20s. What's the deal with the baby? Katarina, we need to figure out who that baby is. I trust our face recognition software will help you determine what the baby will look like today, 20 years older. I hope one of these clues will help you pick up Zeus's trace, Katarina. I must go back to the station, but keep me informed. Alright. Alright, let's first analyze the note. I still think the message you found on the origami is just nonsense, Katarina. Maybe it's anagrammed. Unless... Hey, wait! I remember that stuff from military training. It's an encrypted message. See the single string of letters on the bottom? That's the code key. If you can decipher those letters and find which word is hiding behind them, Katarina, we'll be able to decode the rest of the letter. Alright, if you're right about this. But this is nonsense, it can't be just anagram. Request. Oh. I have to admit I'm impressed, Katarina. You deciphered this secret code like it was nothing. So the letters below C actually spell out the word request. So if we apply this to the rest of the letter, we get the message. This war has only brought misery on our communities. Let's strike a deal. I don't know for you, Katarina, but I wasn't expecting to find an offer of peace in Zeus's headquarters. Could this have a link with her sudden disappearance? But who could have made such an offer to her? Kamaro's in no condition to write. It could be his second in command. I guess you're right, there's still Sergei, his second in command. Let's go see him. Alright. Alright, now let's analyze the photo. Who's the baby supposed to be? Oh, it's Rupert. But you claim that your parents died and that you were in foster care, but he's come out of your father? I can't believe it, Katarina. The baby in Kamaros' arms, it's Rupert Snow, the business magnate. Is he Kamaros' son? But he mentioned losing his parents very young. I thought he meant they were dead. Let's ask you about it. Oh, you're right. At least that would explain Rupert's generosity towards Kamarov. Alright, let's go have another chat with Kamarov Jr. Ah, you said that well. Alright, now let's look through the trash can. Oh, surgeon gloves. How did these bloody surgical gloves end up with this trash can? I agree, Katarina. Better get these to the lab so Jan can fiddle with them. Okay. Oh, just enough stars to interrogate these two. Let's go first with Sergei. Heard about Su Xiong's disappearance, Commissioner Katarina. I wish I could help, but I don't know where that backstabbing snake is hiding. How could Su backstab you when you were already enemies? Unless... Do you mean to tell us you're the one who sent that peace offer to Su? I'm impressed you managed to decipher my code. Yes, I'm the one who wrote that letter. Sorry you have a hard time believing it, Sergei. You don't exactly look like a peacemaker, more like someone who'd do a little left-handed carving on his boss. I'm right-handed, and looks can be deceiving, Copper. I like to fight, I don't deny it, but this war is a waste of time and resources. Do you know how many good Russians have died because of this mess? I've been shot at and stabbed in the liver. I had to get a transplant. Kamara wouldn't hear about the truth, but I thought Sue might be more reasonable, so I reached out to her. And then that backstabbing snake went off and killed Kamarov. You better find her before I do, Commissioner Katarina, because I'll make her pay. Well, don't do anything stupid, Sergei. Leave the investigation to us. Alright, let's go to Rupert now. Mr. Snow, Commissioner Katarina found this picture. Are you Kamarov's son? Is that information relevant? He abandoned me when I was 1 year old. The only thing in common we have is blood and the fact that I'm right-handed, like him. If you hated your father, then why did you give him money? I did not hate him. I just never thought of him as my father. He had so much violence inside of him. I hate what he has done to inner city, Commissioner Katarina. This used to be a place of happiness, of sharing. But now, everything is about this damn FOD, as if different communities could not live in harmony. I have Russian blood, but I have learned Chinese. We do not have to be on separate sides. I'm sorry he died, but I do hope his death might bring an end to this ridiculous war, Commissioner Katarina. It's about time. You're very suspicious. What do we have on these bloody gloves? Take a seat, Katarina. I got pretty big news for you. The blood on those surgical gloves you found belongs to Angus O'Brien. Oh, but we already investigated his case. What? You mean the Irish priest who got his spine ripped out? You're right, Katarina. It means these gloves must have been used by the organ stealer. That's what I thought, so I took a look inside and found some skin cells that I could analyze. Those goals were used by Mark Mackenzie. Whoa! Mark is the organ stealer? I can't believe it. Katarina, let's go get him. Yeah. You're a surgeon, you have the knowledge, and the secret hideout is an operating table, so why shouldn't we arrest you now for the murder? Mark Mackenzie, don't move a muscle. We know you stole the spine from Angus O'Brien's corpse. Please, I'm innocent. Commissioner Katarina, take me to the station. I'll tell you everything. Everything. Oh, we are taking you to the station, alright? You're under arrest, pal. Okay. I can't believe you stole organs from dead bodies, Mark. You're a surgeon, for Pete's sake. What did you do with them? Did you sell them? Is that it? But why did you only take half of Kamaros' skin? What could you do with it? I had nothing to do with Kamaros' death. Commissioner Katarina, you have to believe me. Why should I? I did steal the organs from the other victims, I admitted. I stumbled upon the bodies but I was hired to do it. Someone hired you to steal organs? Then who are they? Spill it out, Mackenzie. I don't know who they are, I swear. They just leave me messages in Chinese, asking me for specific organs. And you did it? No questions asked? The people were already dead, and, well, to be honest, the pay was worth not asking questions. I had a heart transplant when I was very young. I know how crucial it can be to find an organ in time, but I would never have killed to get them. I didn't touch Kamarov. You think we're just going to take your word for this, Mackenzie? You got another thing coming. You're not getting out of this cell. Good. If they've seen me talking to you, I'm risking my life anyway. I want to stay here. It's the only place I'm safe. Whoa there. What do you say, Katarina? Do you believe Mark's story? That the killer hired him to steal our victims' organs? I don't know. I still think he's lying and took care of everything himself, murder included. But you're right. I guess we'll need more evidence before we can drag him to trial. But hey, he mentioned that his mysterious partner left him messages in Chinese. So Mark speaks Chinese. And so does Aika, you're right. She can't spend her days tracking illegal Chinese immigrants unless she's learned the lingo. I'll add that to both their files. Oh, it could be you and it could be you. Well, Katarina, we had our share of exciting discoveries. Between Lorida and Rupert Snow is the bastard son of Kamarov. And arresting Mark for stealing organs. If he's telling you the truth, it changes everything. We assumed Kamaros' killer was the organ stealer, but they could be two different people. The only downside is, we still have no idea where Su Xiong's disappeared to. The Chinese leader vanishes after the Russian leader's death. Can't be a coincidence. Katarina, I got great news. I've broken down your killer's modus operandi. You did? Any chance you could explain it in a way I can understand? I'll do my best. You see, Katarina, I couldn't understand why the killer took half of Kamaros' skin. What can you do with a half, but try to make it whole? So then I focused on the killer's reasons for choosing the leader of the Russian community as a victim. The community feud between Chinese and Russian has split inner city in two. Hence, if the killer took half of the Russian leader's skin, then he might do the same with the Chinese leader. Wait, are you implying the killer might be after Sue's skin? That way they'd get half of both community leaders? But if Sue doesn't skip town, she's in danger. Katarina, we need to rescue her. Good idea. If the killer is after her skin, chances are they took her to the operating room. Let's go. Okay. Let's go investigate the operation room again. Might be where Sue is. Sue, it's the police. Are you there? Is anyone with you? Commissioner Katarina, oh thank God you came. I think they've escaped through the window. We'll take care of them, don't worry. Let me take off that blindfold for you. As soon as you're feeling better, we'll need to talk to you. Thank you, Commissioner Katarina. I think I'm gonna sit down for a moment. Katarina, I agree. Best thing we could do is have a look around the room. The killer might have left clues behind. Alright. No trace of the killer, but you found an ice cooler? Alright, let's have a look inside. And let's not forget to interrogate Sue about this mess. That's right. Alright, let's look through the cooler first. Oh, a firecracker. Only you would find a firecracker in an ice cooler, Katarina. What the hell is it doing there? Oh right, the killer went to the festival to tie Kamaro to that float. The firecracker must come from there. Let's get a closer look at it. Yeah. Alright. Let's go talk to Sue. Sue, Commissioner Katarina needs to know everything you can remember about your abductor. We know they are Kamaros' killer. I was blindfolded. I couldn't see their face. The only thing I remember is I felt them touching an old scar I have from a kidney transplant I had years ago. Then I felt a blade against my skin. I think they wanted to cut my skin off like they did to Kamarov. I raised my right hand to protect myself and I mashed and knocked the scalpel off their hands. And then I heard you come in and I guess they escaped. Here, Katarina, here's the scalpel they were holding. I hope it can help you catch that monster. Oh, thanks for the scalpel. Poor Sue. She lived to be comforted after such an adventure. What do you mean I'm letting my crush blur my judgment? She's obviously innocent. She was abducted. We'll see. Alright, okay, so it is convenient that she was blindfolded and cannot tell us a thing about the killer. And she was alone when we came in. Come on, Katarina, are you seriously insinuating that Sue would have arranged her own abduction to put us off her trail? I didn't say that. But let's trust the evidence for now. Look, even if she lied, she did give us the murder weapon. The scalpel the killer used to skin Kamarov alive. Let's get into the lab, okay, Katarina? Well, if she was the killer, why would she give us the murder weapon? Alright, 30 hours. Now the firecracker. Did you just find bits of skin on that firecracker, Katarina? What the? Let's send him to the Jan for analysis. Well, looks like you got hurt throwing a firecracker. What do we have on this scalpel? Katarina, I don't know what your killer's scalpel went through, but it was a melting pot of bacteria. But I never give up. I finally managed to isolate enough DNA to determine that 2 different persons had come into contact with this scalpel. One matches Camaro, which won't surprise you as it was used to kill him, which means the other DNA traces belong to your killer. The DNA was badly damaged, but there's no doubt about it. The other person, the killer, is also a man. Damn it, I was fine before starting this. The killer is a man? I've never been so happy to hear that. Okay. Alright, now the skin sample. I know I like a challenge, Katarina, but I'm afraid the bits of skin you collected from this firecracker were contaminated beyond use. However, while the skin itself wasn't usable, the fact that it was only present on the burnt part of the firecracker was a clue in itself. Those things are a menace. People fire them without caring during the festival, and accidents often happen. Accidents like the firecracker blowing up in your face. That happened to me when I was a kid. Never fired one since. I don't like firecrackers myself, so... That's exactly what happened to your killer. Katarina, there's no doubt they have a burn mark on their face. Alright. This is it, Katarina. You gathered enough evidence to arrest Camaros' killer. Time to see who's been collecting organs and learn why they did it. It wasn't Sue. It wasn't Sergei. It wasn't even Aika. And the doctor isn't the killer, even though he was stealing organs. So, why did you do it, Rupert? We know you've been talking about bringing all of the communities together, Chinese and Russians. And you needed Russians' skin and the Chinese person's skin. So, you made yourself a monster. Rupert Snow, you killed Kamarov, but why? What are you talking about, Commissioner? Why would I kill my father? That's what we'd like to know. Commissioner Katarina found traces from your transplant medicine on your drawing. We know it's you. This doesn't prove anything. Lots of people take this medicine. Really? Yeah, but we've also found a firecracker that gave you this lovely burn on your face. And a tape you recorded while killing your father. I guess there's no use denying it. Commissioner Katarina, I bow to your skills. Yes, I killed my father. I also hired Mark McKenzie so he would gather organs from various inner city citizens for me. But why? And finally, I kidnapped my mother so I would... Mother? Wait, what? Are you telling us Su Xiong is your mother? Of course. She fell in love with Nikolai in high school, and they had me. They were too young, however, and too weak to stand up to societal pressure. So they abandoned me, without a second look, without fighting for me. And so you decided to kill them both. You can hold a grudge. This wasn't about killing, but I will reveal my master plan to my judge and jury, and only then. Suit yourself. Rupert Snow, you're under arrest. Oh my. I already knew from before that Rupert is Nikolai's son, but I didn't know that Sue is Rupert's mother. I didn't know that, I forgot it. Rupert Snow, you're here on trial for the murder of Nikolai Kamarov. I understand you want to plead your case. Go on then. Thank you, Your Honor. I spent my youth going from foster family to foster family, wondering who my parents had been. When I made my fortune, I decided to find them. You can imagine my shock when I discovered my parents were the rival leaders of the communities. Instead of uniting through their child, they had decided to wage war against each other. I observed them from afar long enough to know it would be useless to try and reason with them. They only cared about war and money. So I devised a plan. It seemed obvious to me I was the answer to this ridiculous feud. The communities would unite through me, inside me. Dude, I hired a crook surgeon to collect specific organs for me. I wanted them to come from different ethnicities to represent all of Inner City. The heart from a young Chinese woman, full of life and hope. The lungs from a Serbian man, to breathe the cleansed air of Inner City. And the spine from an Irish priest, the backbone of society. I had the organs, but I was missing the final piece of the puzzle. My parents' skin. With it, the entire world would see my heritage. Half Chinese, half Russian, the embodiment of peace between the communities. And I would have succeeded if Commissioner Katarina hadn't put their nose in my business. I was only doing my job. I am at loss of words. You wanted to turn yourself into a monster to bring peace to the city? My poor friend, nobody would have dared look at you. I've heard enough. Mr. Snow, for the murder of Nikolai Camaro and your involvement in an organ-stealing scheme, this court condemns you to life in prison. Katarina, I don't know for you, but I really need a drink after all of this. Seriously, nobody will believe us when we tell them about this. Yeah, that the guy was stealing organs so he can bring people together. Makes no sense. What a crazy story. I can't believe Rupert wanted to turn himself into the perfect inner city citizen by getting organs transplanted into his own body. And think about Sue. The poor woman was almost killed by her son and she doesn't even know it. I'm not sure we should tell her, Katarina. She needs time to recover from her abduction first. And well, I guess it will hurt her too much. I hope this will mean the end of the war at least. Too many people have died because of this feud. And more would have died if you hadn't been there to save the day, Katarina. Come on, partner. Let's go back to the station. We deserve some time off. And I deserve some time off as well. I've been working non-stop, studying and working on some of the seminars and projects for my faculty. Alright, we gotta stop here. We're gonna continue playing in additional investigation. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!